Right, welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. We have Predator Hunting Grounds gameplay trailer has been revealed. Now this is a new Predator game, which is amazing. We've never seen gameplay trailer. We had a very slight cinematic trailer, but this is the first gameplay reveal. This was at, what was it, Gamescom. Sorry, just plugging in my headphones. And there was also a massive write-up as well about the whole game. So that's courtesy of Sony, which is a blog post. They detail a lot about Predator Hunting Grounds. So I thought what we'd do is watch the gameplay trailer, review it, I guess, talk about it, and then we'll get into the blog post. So if you haven't seen it, watch it with me. This is over on avpgalaxy.net. This is just an aggregate website. Very good. Go check them out, though. So let's take a look.
Gonna tell Aunt Mary about Uncle John. He claimed he has a misery, but he having a lot of fun, oh baby. Yes, baby. Woo, baby.
Yes.
Having me some fun tonight.
That's getting copyright claimed.
Okay, Voodoo. Timing here is crucial. Let's get in, find this satellite, and upload the malware to Stargazer's network.
Hostile spotted. Enemy down.
Stargazer.
Heavy resistance inbound on your position. Keep your heads down. They're over here.
Silvestri.
Damn it, Voodoo. I need someone near that SATCOM.
What the hell was that?
That's alright.
Eyes up!
Bit of a weird animation.
Movement in the trees.
Have me some fun tonight.
That's the winner right there. The hunt begins 2020. Look. I'm not overly sure what I think about that. This is for PS4. I'd expect the graphics to be better. Do you know what I mean? I'd expect the graphics to be a bit better. They touched on Stargazer. That was the company, the government installation for the Predator, Project Stargazer. Look, I don't know. This is supposed to be like two teams against one another, and then a Predator can fight you, or you can fight as a Predator and go fight two teams. I don't know. It just didn't look that good. The Predator jumping was really strange. Like, the animation. Let me just have a look. I like the fact that, here we go, we'll just watch. See what I, like, look. It's too floaty. There's no weight behind him. I don't know. Look, it looks fine. But it doesn't look any better than the likes of Concrete Jungle, which was on the PS2. So when you're looking at something which is for PS4 2 gens later, I'd expect it to be much better than Concrete Jungle. Bit of a shame, really. So anyway, let's get into all of this then. So after opening up with a cool throwback to Predator's Long Tall Sally sequence, we watch as a fire team deploys to take on the Op-4 and named-dropped Stargazer. Before we get our first look at some of the combat, it looks like the Predator will be played in a third-person perspective, similar to Predator Concrete Jungle. No one liked that camera angle. That camera angle was real bad for Predator Concrete Jungle, guys. While the fire team will be played in first person. So here's the Sony post. We used Predator 87 for a majority of our inspiration for the game, which we hope the gamers can see from the jungle environment, but also in the lengths we went to behind the scenes. We researched the original weapons and actually recorded them being fired in heavily wooded areas to make sure the sound and reverberation of bounding around trees and leaves was as accurate as possible in game. But sadly, you didn't take that much dedication to the graphics. Weird. we of course take 87 and evolve with current day weapons and technology. We want the fire team to be able to be at the top of their game against the universe's deadliest hunter. In addition, we actually track down the synthesizers used in the original score. These are just a few examples of the level of detail the team is aiming for as we create Predator Hunting Grounds. It's been a childhood dream to work on a Predator game. The little kid in me that would play Predator in the woods with friends is beyond stoked. And look, I'm sure it is going to be a good game. The graphics do just let it down. This is PS4. That looks like PS2. This is Allphonic, the guys behind the Friday the 13th game, which a lot of people don't like. They are slated to just kind of create games and then just leave them. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with this. Because, of course, now Disney owns the Predator IP. They might just tell Allphonic to piss off. Now it says, though Allphonic is looking back to the original Predator Hunting Grounds is set decades after the first film, so they were conscious to ensure it tied into the wider Predator lore, including, as I mentioned above, Stargazer. So yeah, they do mention it. Gamers will see this in little reveals. For example, we've tied Stargazer from the most recent film, then added some interesting backstory between the two factions. We cannot wait for the community to get into the game and see how we have brought it all together. We created a system for the Predator that we call Predcore. Predcore in the studios. Think parkour meets Predator. Parkour was never cool. Stop making it a thing. The Predator has the ability to attack from above as well as on the ground, just like in the films. This meant we needed to create a system for the Predator to climb into the trees and move limb from limb or structure. The Predcore system has really been the most challenging element to the game. We wanted the Predator's movements from tree to tree to feel effortless and make you feel inhuman with your ability to bound around the map. This also lends to why the Predator is in third person versus the fire team's first person. The third person view for Predator really allows the player to see not only the Predator, but also the paths available for the Predator to take, as well as hunt at the same time. That is a bad reason. And not only that, the fact that you've made the Predator feel effortless, you've lost the weightiness behind him. And you can see it. Look at this. He just looks like he's floating. Oh, well, I expect him to have fucking Harry Potter's, broom stuck up his arse. Look at it. It looks terrible. No, mate. No. Like, Predator AVP 2 did it best. You could only jump so far, and there was some weight behind it, and the Predator made sounds like heavy breathing and thunks and cluds. They did it much, much better. Look, that's a shame, for sure. That is a shame. Overall, graphics are fine. I expect better. There's certain shots which are better than others. But the Predator looks... I don't know, it's the animation, It's just the animation. This is gameplay. This will be the most polished gameplay, because again, this is what happens with gameplay trailers. This will be some of the most polished gameplay that they could get at this point in time. So people go in, oh yeah, but it's still in development. It's not an excuse, guys. It's not an excuse. Because it's not now. Like this will be the best of the best. So when it looks buggy and a bit weird, that it doesn't bode overly well. But like I say, I'll give it a chance. Hopefully it's out on PC, because if this is a PS4 exclusive, I'm not buying a PS4 just to play this. So we'll see. I think it looks fine. It needs to be a bit more polished, and they definitely need to do something about the graphics as a whole. And the Predator being effortless is not a good thing. That's not something to boast about. But look, whatever. What do you think? Let me know down below in the comments. If you are new here, make sure you hit subscribe. You can stay up to date on the world of pop culture, movie news, and the world of Alien and Predator. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I have been Mr. H. Take care.